So if you're a Lego game fan, there is a certain franchise that you probably have wanted to see appear in a Lego form for quite a while now, and I am of course referring to The Flash. Now, of course, if you're a fan of The Flash, you're probably a fan of The Flash TV show that has been airing over the last few years, and boy oh boy, did we miss out on an epic crossover between those two crowds. Because all the way back in 2016, when the second year of LEGO Dimensions was released, there was an incredibly epic Easter egg included inside the game. If you are on the level, or if you're playing through the storyline for the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, there's this weird elevator door on the side. Now, if you go on ahead and activate this door, you then will be greeted with a pretty epic location. So we're going to go on ahead and get that ding and step on in. As you can see, this now indicates to us that we need to bring in the TARDIS from the Doctor Who universe, which we will do just like so. And then all you must do is go on ahead and glide onto here, activate this, and away we go. So this really will make you probably happy, but also sad if you are a big fan of LEGO Dimensions, if you're a big fan of The Flash, because look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the Star Labs from The Flash show is actually included in this game. This, of course, then got everybody thinking that most likely, if we would have gotten a third year of content from LEGO Dimensions, we probably would have been lucky enough to actually see characters from The Flash get their own hub world, and most likely it would have been something that is based on the CW Flash, since this is a pretty darn accurate recreation of the CW Flash specifically, which is just so freaking cool to see. This was one of the things that I remember when I discovered for the very first time. I was just completely taken aback because I had no idea that this was something that would be possible, but it's just so freaking cool to see. And plus, it just makes me kind of think that if they did do an entire Lego game maybe based on the CW universe, I honestly think it would probably do quite well, just because I think that people are there would be enough of a crossover between fans of the CW shows, all of them, which at this point I feel like there's like too many to actually count, to be quite honest. But regardless, I think that there is a pretty big number of people that would be so excited about the possibility of getting a game based on that. But then you would also gain extra momentum from the fact that you would have a bunch of people who are just excited about the possibility of getting another Lego game based on the DC universe. So you'd have this nice kind of almost like a think of Venn diagram crossover between those two crowds, and I think people would be very stoked if that ever happened. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would this be something that you think would have been really cool to see? We're gonna go on ahead and put together the Flash's epic costume. This, by the way, confirms to the people who are like, how would you know that this is CW Flash? Look at this costume. Does that not clearly tell you that this is the CW costume? It's most certainly what I'm looking at here. Now, of course, the other reason why this area is important, if you're just looking at this as purely a gameplay perspective, like if that's really the only element that kind of matters to you, you don't really care for the DC universe, you don't care for the Flash, you don't care for the CW, whatever it might be. There's still an importance to this area because this is an area from which you can go on ahead and gather quite a few mini kits. So it has importance in that sense. Like, if you want to 100% complete the game, if you want to 100% complete this story pack for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, you're going to need to go on ahead and play through this section as well. So, like it or not, that will be yet another task that you will need to complete. Speaking of which, that is what we are going to shift our attention here to. We're going to call in Batman to clear out the post up here. Let's go! Okay, that was very exciting and a little bit anticlimactic, honestly. I was expecting something epic to happen there, and then it just opens up and you're like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, but it just seems a tad bit underwhelming. Now, interestingly enough, we seem to be finding a lot of parts and pieces here for what looks like the running track that Flash would be on. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Of course, we'll see here. We're going to use Supergirl's abilities to use her lantern form to clear out this giant crate. Come on, seriously? Holy, I'm like, is that thing ever going to open up? Now, by the way, if you're a huge fan of the Flash show, let me know in the comment section below if you're spotting any sort of Easter eggs that maybe I did not pick up on. Maybe there's something on these monitors that is specific to the Flash. Again, feel free to let me know. I look forward to hearing what kind of Easter eggs I possibly missed, because again, I unfortunately lost my personal interest in the show roughly around like the conclusion of season 2. Right with season 3, it just felt like there were too many Flashes running around, and it just became a little redundant and repetitive as far as like the ideas. So for me, I kind of got out of it at that point. But obviously, that does not mean that other people should not enjoy it. That does not mean that you shouldn't enjoy it. So if you are a fan of the show, and again, if you can specifically point out some stuff that is unique about certain areas, like, I don't know, maybe there's something about these computers or something like that, I definitely will do that if I spot anything. I know that the wheelchair was probably Wells, right? That belongs to, what was his name? Was it Wells? I think it was Wells. So that was obviously a reference to that. Oh, dude! Yo, the Flash just appeared. How sick is that? Yo, that's actually really, really cool. So they legit have him out here, and then he goes jolting through, creating a rift in time so powerful that it actually generates a mini kit for us. So that's pretty brilliant. And so now, before we leave the lab, we're actually going to go on ahead and activate this chroma puzzle. And here's what we've got for the chroma puzzle. We need to match the icons on the wall there. So what we're going to do is, since Wild Style is on the right side of the toy pad, that means we need to walk over to the blue light and turn that character blue. Then Cyborg is on the left side, so we're going to just turn that red. And last but certainly not least, I have Green Arrow standing on the center block. And by activating all 3 of those, I think we're about to get a gift. I wonder, was there a character? I'm trying to remember. What was the name of the character that Mark Hamill played in The Flash? Or is that an Arrow? That might have been on Arrow, actually. But I wonder if that's a reference to that character, because it kind of seemed like that could be it. But this lab is insanely, insanely awesome. Just a really cool looking design. And again, just makes you somewhat sad about the fact that we're not going to see any more LEGO Dimensions stuff anytime soon. So it's definitely somewhat upsetting. But here we go. We have the exterior of the lab, or I guess the exterior of the main part of the lab. And out here, interestingly enough, isn't this where the prisons are? Like where they keep all their supervillains that they capture? I feel like that is the case. At least maybe once we open this door up here. And with the door sliding open, we walk through. Okay. You got the Flash's insignia here, made out in gold, which looks spectacular. We're going to slice through that with Cyborg's Heat Blast. There's also Old Man Yells at Cloud. Welcome to the Springfield shop. Is that an implication? What? Holy moly. Dude, we just got like a gajillion studs. Seriously. Sheesh. That was absolutely ridiculous. Crazy, crazy. So is this the, I think this is where Wells had his laboratory, right? It had like the weird kind of design on the walls and everything, and it would open up. And then I think this is where he hid his reverse Flash costume. So again, really, really, really cool attention to detail. And again, it just makes you think, like, how crazy would it be if we got a full game where you could explore Star Labs and you could have all other characters represented and playable? It would be really freaking cool. And honestly, at this point, I think the CW universe is big enough to where it could actually happen. Regardless, though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of today's video down in the comment section below. What is your favorite CW show? Of course, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Huge thank you to our members. Thank you for supporting the channel. Consider supporting the channel by becoming a member or grabbing some merch down in the description below. You guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, guys.